like ooh la la, ooh la la. It's not hard to say how I feel. It's like ooh la la, ooh la la. It's kinda easy now 'cause it's real. Hey. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
I think I'm trying. There's a face in the mirror I think I know. I guess I'm starting to see some who you are. Alright, starlight.
All right, hi everybody. Okay, I'm having problems with those videos at the beginning, so till probably tonight and tomorrow, we are just not going to have them. We're just going to jump right in. Now, what's going on here? I want to see my comments from folks. There they are. Whew. So yeah, I don't know what happened, but I noticed a couple days ago that something when I downloaded them, I didn't quite read this little message that came across, and they weren't coming through Canva right. So, sorry, something's in my eye. Hello, everybody. See the smile? See the smile? Good news on my Lightroom catalog. Yes, yes. Hey, everybody. So there is Linda and Gail. Oh yeah, I hope Julia is doing better. And Julia, yes, tolerable with the Vicodin. Oh, Vicodin is always an interesting thing. Yeah. Something I don't take very often because I tend to faint if I take Vicodin. It's kind of a weird thing, but that's okay. And they're checking in to see what's going on. Boom, there she is. Yeah, see, I was looking for my water, which I don't have a water. Okay, hang on. It says this. I need. Oh, good. I have. Please. Okay. Oh, my poor husband. He's been taking care of so many crazy details for me on this things, and we've been having work done out in the outside too, and they've been getting that Dale, our neighbor's been doing it, and he's almost got it done. And but it's been one of those kind of things. So let's see. Gail has Crohn's, so she had to surgery. Oh yeah, those are not too fun. And Linda's here. There's Larry and Julia, and everybody's checking in with each other. Hey, I'm Gail. I'm sure you're talking to Larry, not to me, as the hey wise one. Most likely. Anyway, there. Hardly wait 2 more days. I know, gosh. Whoa. So I just did my check-in. on my phone for my flight. So I'm checked in. I can't get I can check in for Emirates 48 hours ahead of time, but I can't get my boarding pass for until 24 hours ahead of time. So there. And Tamara's here. Yay, everybody. Doing some drawing. I'm glad you're doing drawing. I am really glad. If anybody sends anything in today or tomorrow, I'll put it out tomorrow night, because tomorrow night I will be my last live before I leave, and I will probably be a basket case and be babbling all over the place. So I know what I'm going to read. Because it's just going to be fun and funny. But if you have any art, send them in and we can look at that stuff too and maybe draw something silly. And which maybe we could try to find you. Good. I'll email my address, Julia. Yay. Linda Thurston, that's right. Yay, yay, yay. So, here's the news. So, I have my laptop in front of me here. My old 2015 iMac that I had finally had given up the ghost when I got this Mac. It was just not doing. But I was still using it for Lightroom up until like April because I was afraid to move everything over. I just got too nervous about it. So it still had a catalog on it. Are you getting there? I had transferred it to the new one in April and then had continued to use this here to on the new computer. Well, when this one crashed on the SSD drive and I sent it back to the people that do the recovery and was quoted over $1,000. Yeah. Hello. For that. It was like, oh, okay. And it was still under warranty with Western Digital, but they don't do recovery. And the warranty didn't cover recovery of data. So today, I set it aside. I just kind of set that aside, the whole thing, and thought, I'm not going to worry about it till I get back from my trip. I'm going to make a new catalog. And so that's what I was going to do today. I was going to do a new Lightroom catalog for travel. So, but before I did that, I decided I would go to my old computer, turn it on, and make sure that everything I had there in the Lightroom on that computer was synced to the cloud so that I had it backed up properly. Because on my laptop, my time machine was I didn't configure it correctly, so it hadn't backed up. That was my problem. So as I'm doing this, I'm looking and I click on network and it shows up my laptop. And I'm like, hold it, they weren't even talking when I first got them because the 2015 Apple had done something. Well, they've done some kind of update configuration so that now they talked. So then I thought, okay, let me look. And I went onto the network on that old computer and I found a catalog from April of this year. And I was able to transfer that catalog to my laptop and pull it up. So now all I have to do is basically rebuild this stuff from April. Okay. Because 2 hours ago, when I was trying to look for a new catalog, it said I had 0 photos. I know where all the photos are, but they aren't. All the work that I've done on the photos over the past 12 years or more, 15 years, the data on the work on the photos is all stored in the catalog. The photos are stored someplace else, but not the work on them. But now, I did that update, and 98,000 photos appeared magically. Yeah! So I'm back in business. I'm back good. I was very happy. Whew. I still have a lot of sorting out to do and figure out where they are and make sure they're on the right path, but at least it's not lost, total lost. Way too technical for her, she says. The files are always somewhere. Yeah, so have you heard? Yeah, like I said, the cost was going to be over $1,000, and so we did some negotiation with them, and they're going to work on it since we're both on fixed income, and I'm going to be gone and they don't need it. I don't need it right away. They're willing to work on it on off hours, on this and that, so for a significantly reduced rate and whatnot. But it was kind of crazy. So, but the drive completely has crashed. It has a logic error and all kinds of stuff, which Larry probably knows what it is. Yeah, so anyway, she says I'm lucky if I can turn on my phone, completely untechy. What? Yeah. Oh yeah, those no guarantees, right? Well, they're actually, they have a 98% guarantee on their stuff. They only, the reduced rate that they'll charge me for getting it is only if they can recover, which is cool. Anyway, so earlier today I was pretty stressed about all kinds of stuff, so I did this. And it's not much, but I took my Caran d'Ache and I just started coloring on canvas paper. I think I have canvas paper. Yeah, on canvas paper. And then I took my big, fat, thick paintbrush, because the Caran d'Ache, this is the Neo Color 2 that turns into water, that changes into watercolor, and changed it all kind of, and started painting. So it's a base for something. Who knows what it'll be a base for? I may add something to it. I may, when I get back, I may print a photo on it, which might be kind of fun to do. But that was my therapy today. And it's, and I have to thank you guys, because before I was doing this and working with and talking to you guys, I never would have used sketching or drawing or anything of that for therapy. I probably would have, bitten off all the nails I don't have, and pulled my hair out and gotten very frustrated and kind of crawled into a hole. But I didn't. I did this, and then I got out of the hole and I got everything, and now everything is packed. Camera bag's packed, my bag is packed, the last few details are ready to go, and I just have those to check off. I just have to put the snacks in, and some medication that is in the refrigerator that has to go over for Art, and that's that, and I'm done. Yay! Yes, Art is a great stress reliever. Looks like a record player. Oh, I know on the inside it looks like a record player. I took apart computers. I was a technology, specialist at my school, and took apart more computers and put back. I wired one of the elementary schools that I worked at, and so yeah. But this is so. Anyway, it's all. I'm gonna go and not worry about it. But first off, we are going to dive in to Miss Judy Shockner for the next couple of days. Now, we've done Judy before. Her little kitty, Skippy John. Oh, I'm Skippy John Jones and I bounce on my bed, and once or six times I land on my head. You remember him. He came to visit at one point, and we talked about him and showed Judy's work and some of the things. But she has a couple other books, and then I think Skippy has some more books that he's going to come and share tomorrow, because he's always just a good kickoff to whatever. And he's he's got he has a trip that he takes. So I thought, since it's before my trip, that would be good. But I thought I'd start with a couple other of her books that are fairly new that I had not seen real deeply, and they came out after I retired from the librarian, and so it'll be fun to share. So anyway, I like these two. There's two of them. So Judy Shockner, this is who she is. She was born into an Irish Catholic working class family from New England. Money was tight as their apartment was tiny, and though she may not have had the easiest childhood, she credits her imagination with helping her survive it. Judy came to my school one year. We had her come out, and she was one of the best presenters for kids that I ever had at my library. She can't even remember a time when she was not drawing, and like most budding artists, she doodled on everything, including her father's bald head. She drew herself into stories where she was the smartest in her class and into a family where mothers lived to be a ripe old age. In many ways, Judy feels that her own life has resembled the fairy tales she loved reading as a child, complete with a happy ending. And the best part of this author-illustrator story, she's married a prince of a guy and they had 2 beautiful daughters, and just like the mothers in her earliest tales, she plans on living to a ripe old age. So I think that's great about her. She is the author and illustrator of the books that we'll share. And she does the art in, let's see, this one is called Stretchy and Beanie is the first one. And the artwork is done in acrylics, gouache, collage, and mixed media. And I love the way she has just this fun, colorful blend on the grass and everything. It's just so much fun. Let's see. There we go. So this is Stretchy and Beanie. When the McHandsome clan and the McBrights met the McBrights, each kid got a cat, so it worked out just right. Fergus friended Geordie, McDougal circled Earl, Callie and Joy tickled Pickles and Pearl. Rue ran to Tiny, Jamie rolled with Finny, Coco cuddled Roy, and Quentin hugged old Bunny. But when it came to Beanie, Stretchy took the prize, for they had much more in common than the color of their eyes. Call it intuition, but she felt he was her twin, like some cosmic kitty fairy tale that made them next of kin. Let's get this out of the way. Yes. Both were wild and woolly, the wildest ever seen. Of all the fearsome tigers, they were the king and queen. At first their days were glorious. All were going well. They practiced carving stretchy marks until the dinner bell. They did stretches every afternoon on special spongy mats. They did the Martha Graham and the Tippy Toons and all kinds, each doing what the other did like proper copycats. Then Beanie got the bright idea to raise a perfect pet, even read a big bestseller on how she could, and yet it would take a lot of work, she knew, but Beanie didn't care. She'd already been a mother to a troop of teddy bears. Next day, bright and early, she started in with lessons. Math, music, dance, and art in 20-minute sessions. Focus, mister. Stretchy did not like his lessons. He did not want to dance. He'd rather eat a cantaloupe than wear those fancy pants. Ah, jazz hands. Still, Beanie was determined to make her boy obey. She put him in a harness so Stretchy couldn't stray. When the kitty wouldn't budge, not even for a treat, Beanie got the stroller out and rolled him down the street. It works. What is Aldo doing? I'm sorry, my dog is trying to get through the door. Stretchy wasn't ready to be anyone's perfect pet. He acted out, he climbed the drapes and made the carpet wet. But what really curled his whiskers, aside from squeezy squishes, was Beanie's firm belief in the benefit of kisses. Meow. And though it wasn't possible to love a kitty more, was too much love the reason Stretchy howled at the door, or hid beneath a chair, or high up on a shelf next to the cookies and a strange little elf? She's got a shelf elf up there. It wasn't love that got his goat. It was all the other stuff, like learning to be perfect. Stretchy'd had enough. So it shouldn't be surprising that he managed to get free. Someone left the door ajar, and he scrambled up a tree. There he is. Beanie was beside herself. She had to get him back, especially since he thought the birds as flying little snacks. Yikes. Look at the squirrels in the tree. Stretchy climbed up higher. He swung from limb to limb, just like a ginger monkey on a leafy jungle gym. When finally he took a rest, stretched out upon a branch, Beanie made a promise to give him one more chance. Please. But the lad refused to listen. He proceeded to the top, ignoring Beanie's orders to stop, Stretchy, stop. Balancing above the world while Beanie cried below, Stretchy wondered what he'd do with no place else to go. Who would bring him dinner and brush his ginger fur and listen to him practice his extraordinary purr? The answer to these questions sat at the bottom of the tree, surrounded by 8 kitties and her bewildered family. Then her brothers and her sisters gave Beanie wise advice. If you want your kitty back, don't be bossy. Just be nice. Now, I won't go into details of how she got him down, but it did involve 2 bags of snacks and a fire truck from town. It ended with apologies, a mushy hug and kiss. Of course, Beanie overdid it, which caused our lad to hiss. Be gentle, Beans. But the lesson Beanie's learning, though she hasn't learned it yet, is patience, love, and kindness make a perfect pet. Or not. And that's the end of Stretchy and Beanie. Judy Shockner's artwork is always so much fun, has so much life to it and so much goofiness and details and just, where's the other one? Oops. Ooh, Stretchy McHandsome. Oh, there's another one about Stretchy I didn't know about. We might get 3 stories in. What's this? Stretchy McHandsome. I hadn't read this one yet. You guys... The McHandsome clan was lively and large. They lived in a box with no one in charge. Oh, hi, Christine. I have company. Just wanted to let you know I'm thinking of everyone. Oh, that's sweet. Thank you. I know the beautiful colors. So we'll do Stretchy McHandsome. The McHandsome clan was lively and large. They lived in a box with no one in charge. There was Fergus, McDougal, Binny and Roy, Rue, Jamie, Callie, and Joy. And then there was Stretchy, the butterscotch boy. Now, Stretchy was different in more ways than one. He was stretchy and handsome, a soft bundle of fun. Oh, there it is. He was Tom of the Tumble Club, Lord of the Fleas, cuckoo on catnip and hugger of trees. One eye was blue and the other was green, and round his dear neck hung a stinky sardine. But it wasn't always easy to be the baby of the brood, of rough, tough feral puffs, cantankerous and rude. There were many disagreements over food and where to sleep, and Stretchy always landed at the bottom of the heap. So was it any wonder that Stretchy hatched a plan to take a small vacation from the wild McHandsome clan? His brothers and his sisters all agreed that he should go, and gave him a good lickin' from his head down to his toe. Then after a tasty breakfast of fishy bones and rocks, one butterscotch boy sprang out of the family box. The first thing he did, which to some could be frightening, was dash down the street like butterscotch lightning. He jumped into a fountain, splashed round and round, scratched 200 stretchy marks all over town. The freewheeling kitty made a stop at the zoo for an ear-splitting Roy from a cousin or two. But the tigers thought Stretchy smelled just like dessert, so the butterscotch boy hid under a skirt. Until, that is, he spotted a mouse, which he chased down a path and into a house, when a hungry old woman, most pleased with her guest, attempted to eat the sardine on his chest. Stretchy escaped with his tail all akimbo to soak up the sun in an old bookstore window. On the sidewalk outside, all squeezed in betweeny, stood a lass named McBride, a red, sweet human beanie. She had an unusual looks, wore ears of a kitten, and round her wee neck hung a wild woolly mitten. This must be how the McHandsomes met the McBrides. When Beanie saw Stretchy, it was love at first sight. She raced into the store and squeezed the cat tight. She ruffled his whiskers and butterscotch fur. He replied with a nip, a lick, and a purr. A matter of minutes, the pair were both smitten. They traded two things, his sardine for her mitten. And then what came next was so utterly fetching. Without breathing a word, they both began stretching. At the very same time, back at the box, McDougal found Stretchy's collection of rocks. It made them all wonder where Stretchy was at, 'cause it's scary out there for a wandering cat. Then every McHandsome handsomely hissed as they set off in search of the brother they missed. Fergus found a tiny poop. Bunny spied a stretchy mark. Callie called the cousins. Rue discovered dozens. McDougal met a tired mouse. Jamie made a wish when Roy and Joy picked up the scent of very stinky fish. A tiny bit later, a girl and a cat were riding a seesaw and having a chat. While 2 streets away, 8 noses were seen, sniffing the air for a stinky sardine. By late afternoon, the girl and their kitten had fallen asleep with a fish and a mitten. But when they woke up from taking their nap, Beanie McBride had 9 cats on her lap. There was Fergus, McDougal, Binny and Roy, Rue, Jamie, Callie, and Joy, and don't forget Stretchy, the butterscotch boy. Now the McHandsome clan was still lively and large when they all took a vote to put Beanie in charge. So the brothers and sisters did something quite hard. They lugged their old box into Beanie's backyard. Now here is the kicker. So don't flip your lids, because Beanie McBrite was just one of 9 kids. There was Geordie, Tiny, Coco and Earl, Quentin and Finny and Pickles and Pearl, and don't forget Beanie, Stretchy's wild woolly girl. And that's the story. I should have read them the other direction. I hadn't read the first one. That's how they came to be together. That's very cool. I love that Judy does that with her books. She has some that make into the whole Skippy John Jones books are all this amazing series of books, and they just go on and on and on. And the last one I'm going to read tonight is of Judy's, is one that's completely kind of a little different, and it's, I love the, when they say put on your thinking cap. Do you ever wonder what a little kid thinks about when you say some of those phrases like put on your thinking cap, or a penny for your thoughts, or, all those different kind of sayings? Judy takes that in this book called Cerebella's Thinking Cap. And for those of us as artists, I'm sure we will find part of ourselves in this little girl in some places. Yeah. So this one is called Cerebella's Thinking Cap. And the illustrations in this and the background illustrations, the background on the pages are just spectacular. Oops, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. There we go. Cerebella's Thinking Cap, written and illustrated by Judy Shockner. And I think she probably did this one in acrylic squash, collage, and mixed media, her favorite. Thinking is the hardest work of all. There's things in the grass. If you look down, let's collect seeds of ideas. Thinking is the hardest work of all. Philosophy, if you let your imagination go, it will return. Meditate. She has all these things in the grass. Cerebella had no time for small talk. In fact, she never talked much at all because she was too busy thinking. She thought of big things and small things. It's an elephant. Fluffernutter cake. Oh. He remembers the Fluffernutter, Mr. Fluffernutter. And small things. You guys will have to come tomorrow night for Mr. Fluffernutter. And small things. And oodles of in-between things, like aunts and uncles and doodles of poodles. What do you think, Pinky? There's how she wrote ants, as in the bugs' ants, and then uncles and doodles of poodles. Pinky's thoughts would remain a mystery, but there was nothing mysterious about her family. They loved puppets, painting pictures, and playing guitar. Most of all, they loved their Cerebella just the way she was, with her feet on the ground and her head in the clouds. To Cerebella, there was nowhere she would rather be than dreaming of painted ponies racing across the sky. I love this picture. I just love that one. Some ideas came as a complete surprise to her, while other notions were coddled and cared for like rare plants in well-loved garden. I need to read up on you, mister. There was never a doubt that Cerebella had a green thumb for thinking. The problem was, no one ever knew what she was thinking about. Her teacher, Mr. Fantozzi, had a knack for knowing just what Cerebella wasn't thinking about, and that was schoolwork. Sometimes all it took was a word, a sound, or the scent of Samantha's magic markers to carry her thoughts away. And that's when Mr. F, who was really very nice, had to send her home with another note. And this made Cerebella feel terrible. Here's the notes. Cerebella needs to find a way to focus and finish her work. Cerebella is well behaved and thoughtful, but her head is in the clouds. She needs a pair of heavy shoes. Cerebella, dear parents, Cerebella disappeared today. Must learn to focus. Cerebella needs to find a way to share her thoughts. We are all very curious, and it might help to concentrate on her work. Cerebella needs to spend more time thinking about schoolwork and less time thinking about unicorns, kittens, and clouds. Not that there is anything wrong with these things, Mr. Fantozzi. We'd all love to know what Cerebella thinks about, Mr. Fantozzi. I'd love to know where Cerebella goes when she's sitting at her desk. Oops. The notes never upset her parents because once upon a time, they got sent home with notes too. Really? Said Cerebella. Really, replied her mom. You have daydreams in your DNA. At bedtime, Cerebella cuddled up with her big sister, Cece. I wish I knew how to focus, said Cerebella. It's easy, said Cece. All you have to do is take a deep breath and squint. So at school the next day, Cerebella followed her sister's advice, but all she got was a dizzy spell and a visit to the school nurse for an eye test. One night, during a math facts memorizing meltdown, a bear of thought dropped in for a chat. I have a good head for numbers, he said. I can see that, replied Cerebella. Keep me in mind if you ever need help, said the bear. I'll consider it, said Cerebella. And that was her first mistake. The second was taking the bear to school the next day. I sure hope you left some room in your head for math facts, said her sister. There was always room in Cerebella's brain for one more tantalizing thought. Just not math facts. By the time they arrived in class, the bear had fallen asleep, but waiting in the wings was an odd flock of birds who didn't know the difference between an egg and the number 8. That's when she heard Mr. F calling out her nickname. Earth to cerebellum, he said. A penny for your thoughts. She's not thinking, said Russell. She's daydreaming. Daydreaming is an awesome kind of thinking, said Mr. F, but not during class. That afternoon, Cerebella stayed in at recess to catch up on her work. She liked sitting at the round table in the quiet room. I know you can do this, Cerebella, said Mr. F, handing her the very last quiz. Just put your thinking cap on and focus. Cerebella began to imagine what her thinking cap might look like. And then she turned back to her papers. Right before the bell rang, Mr. F had Cerebella hand out the weekend assignment. There was always something fun. What do you think, Cerebella? Asked Mr. F. An otter popped into her mind. But that was just the first thing. The assignment is a penny for your thoughts. Draw a picture of your favorite daydreams. Before she even got home, kissed Pinky, and put on her comfy bunny slippers, Cerebella had already thought of 1,000 extraordinary things. By dinner time, she'd run out of paper, had an upset tummy, and a great big mess on her hands. That night, just as Cerebella was about to give up, a whale of a thought appeared on the horizon. The closer it got, the more beautiful it became. And though it was the most enormous creature she had ever seen, Cerebella felt unafraid. "Do you know what I think?" asked the whale. "I can see what you think," replied Cerebella. "And so should everyone else," said the whale. "To share it, you've just got to wear it." Then the whale blew Cerebella a kiss before she swam off. This gave Cerebella an idea. She found a brown paper bag and a ruler for measuring. Then she rounded up some old magazines, pretty papers, pencils, pastels, stickers, and stamps, along with her favorite drawings. And for the rest of the night, she clipped and colored and painted and pasted until her project was done. Monday morning, everyone was eager to share their weekend project. "A penny for your thoughts," said Mr. F. as the kids sat crisscross applesauce on the floor. "Who's going first?" To the surprise of all, it was Cerebella. If you want to share it," she said, standing up in front of the class, "you've just got to wear it." And that's exactly what Cerebella did when she placed the most spectacular collection of doodles and daydreams right on top of her head. "So that's what you've been thinking," said the kids in awe. Lara saw unicorns and Xavier saw planets. Dylan saw a cat, a snake, a feather, while Nate reported seeing clouds with a touch of bad weather. "A penny for your thoughts, Mr. F," said Cerebella. I think," he said with a smile, "your thoughts are worth more than all the pennies in the world." On Tuesday, Bob came to school wearing a thinking cap of his own. Cerebella really liked it. "We have a lot in common," said Bob. "My thoughts exactly," agreed Cerebella. And that's that one. Oh, I love that book. Yay. My light must have gone out. So I can relate to Cerebella, Mouth and Iron. Love the whale, exactly. The big six. Wow. Oh, Brantley's having a wonderful day. He's 6. Mr. Fluffernutter. Oh my gosh. Peanut butter and marshmallow. Oh, a Fluffernutter cake. Well, Skippy John Jones is sometimes called Mr. Fluffernutter by his mom. But you'll hear about that tomorrow night when you meet Skippy again, if you missed him the first time around. So just know he's a little Siamese cat that sometimes thinks he's a Chihuahua. Yeah. And has quite the adventures. So I have a couple of those for us for tomorrow night. Yay! Anyway, but that's it. I just wanted some fun stories tonight, and bless this last one that Judy did, that Cerebella, about the daydreaming. She's just it. I love her artwork and the background part, but also just that whole idea of daydreaming and what goes on, and the play on words from Cerebella to cerebellum. I thought that was pretty brilliant too. Yes. Well, happy birthday, Brantley. 15 minutes. Okay, that's right. It is 15 minutes till Nathan. Thank you for the reminder, Linda. Oh my gosh. I'm actually pretty much, so I will put a post up for tomorrow of when it starts, but you know what? I'm probably not going to do a video at the beginning because they're just failing me right now unless I pull something out of else. So we're just going to hop in tomorrow night and read some more of Judy Shockner's and maybe do a little bit of drawing. Maybe we'll try drawing Skippy John. Won't that be kind of fun? And I'll probably just have a post up that says 1 day to go. Whoa! I did a Marco Polo with my grandkids today. They're all excited, and Layla and Lachlan. Layla said to say hi to everybody, and yeah. All right, you guys. It's been a good day. Let's go enjoy Nathan. Lupe, if you're in the background, thanks for being here. I want to just check. So this is it. We are on, nope, one more night. Nope, one more night. I'm coming on tomorrow night. Larry, you're not on your own yet. You're not in charge. Larry, Monday night is the first night of premieres, and I'll be on the plane, so hopefully they go off without a hitch too much, and I'll when I get someplace that I can see what you're doing, I'll respond in comments or stuff like that, but as I can. But thank you guys. It'll be wonderful. I'll come back with lots of pictures and fun stuff like that. So until next time, I hope I'll be here tomorrow. Adrian wants to go fishing. I told him it's more important for me to be here so we can be home in time. Oh my gosh. Well, the fish are more likely to be biting at 6 in the morning. That's what my grandfather always told me. Grandpa always took me out really early. You know, could have been the fact that he just didn't want to deal with a freckled redhead little girl who would turn crispy red, and Grandpa was Norwegian, so he got kind of burned too, and the two of us would come back all crispy, and Grandma and my mom weren't ever quite happy with that. If we were out fishing, but have fun fishing. Woohoo, that'll be nice. All right, you guys, that's it. Let's go hop on Nathan, see what he has to say. I've got to go upstairs and help Bob find some last minute. He's been doing all my paperwork for me. I'm so lucky. I don't know what he yeah. Maybe he'll get him to hop in on the on the premieres, although he probably doesn't know how. I could show him how to do it, but he probably was like, what? Anyway, until next time, you guys, thank you from the bottom of my heart for every day that you come and share this with me and let me be goofy or share thoughtful books or just let me read and talk through all my yammerings and be there for the ups and downs and the struggles and the triumphs. And I think the fact that we fill each other's bucket and we're there for each other, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So hope you share that with other people too, that there's other people in your life that you get to be this way with, and we keep spreading it around and around and around. And until next time, keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. You know where it is. It's in that mirror, and it's all around. See you soon.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we will just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cars.
Hint, hint, he says.
We could be shameless, famous.
No, Julia. Julia, you needed your sleep. Thank you, Tamara. Yep, I'm live tomorrow too. Going live tomorrow, otherwise I would probably be pulling out my hair with too much anticipation. Practically have to nail my feet to the floor already. No clenching.